Happy with Pappys Wood Working Designs here. We're going to be making a charcuterie board out of a live edge black walnut today. We're going to be going from this right here. This is just a sample. It was a much bigger piece. And to this. We're going to be making this beautiful board here and then quite easily where anybody can make it. Well, I will see you here shortly. What is up, everybody? All right, so we're making this charcuterie board. Let me say it right first this time because I don't know what it is. Let's just call it a cutting board or a serving tray or in between. Well, right now we're going to be cutting down this live edge black walnut. This slab we got here down to a little bit bigger than length than we want, about 19 inches. It roughly is about 12 inches wide with the bark still on. See, this was the piece we're going with right there. All right, so now we're going to be doing this, removing this bark using a chisel super fast. You can tell how fast I am. I'm just awesome at this, or video editing magic. Makes me look, I forgot, of course, I didn't use any clamps to hold it down. I've been smart to do that. It's been chasing it all over the table. But you want to get the bark all the way down to the hardwood. Get it off it. You see, I'm finally getting into the meat here. Let's see here. I look good swinging the hammer. I'm just saying. Especially how fast I swing that hammer. And alright, so like I said, you start seeing some of the hardwood there. Once you get it down to the hardwood, using this chisel, you're just going to want to sand it off. And sand the remaining off. You want, like I said, you want to make sure you get most of the bulk of it off. Let's see here. We're cleaning off this one edge. See, we're about finished with one edge. You want to make sure you try to get as much off, but like I said, once you get down to the hardwood, you start sanding, starting off with 60 grit, and that takes the rest of this fine stuff off. See, now I'm swapping over to get this other side taken care of and done. And this one actually this side actually came off pretty easily, and thankfully. It's just something about I tell you what, it's just something about black walnut. It's just one of the most gorgeous pieces of wood to work with that is locally grown where I'm at. And see how it came off really easy on this side. I'm not sure what the difference was, but you see I'm starting to have a little piling up there to the left. And again, no clamps, didn't even think about it. Just rolling with the punches. Just chased the board all across the table. Kind of makes a little mess. It's kind of part of my life. It's just one big mess. You want to get some of these little shavings. Like I said, you want to get as much off. Let's see here. Alright, so that's about almost done there. Then it's got a little twist in it, so I'm gonna flatten it out. How you flatten is using a already flat board, and that was really quick, but you just then run it through the planer. But you don't need a planer to get that. You can also use a rotary or just a good old hand planer and all that good stuff. See right here, I'm starting with the 60 grit. Sandpaper, everybody's favorite job here is sanding their project down. It is a rigorous job and a pain in the butt. But you see right here, that live edge here is getting that sandpaper is getting the rest of that bark off there nice and easily. I'm the world's fastest sander, you can say. And just take me back to the Wild West. I'll get something done. But starting off with 60 grit, did the whole board, get that bark and the rest of that bark off the edges. Then you're going to move up to 80 grit, then 120, 220, then 320. Getting my little stands off, getting the back piece done, all this good stuff. And it's starting to come together. Like I said, it's not a really whole lot of work to this very simple job that anybody can do. The only cuts you have to do is to each end to cut it down to size using a miter saw. The only thing that not everybody might have is a planer. You don't even need a joiner to make any edges. You just really cut it down, and you cut it down to size, get the bark off of it, then sand the living crap out of it. And it is so fun. I just loved every bit of it. Going back over everything, now move and change my sandpaper grit, getting all the edges, getting all the front facing, all the good stuff here. Well, the beautiful thing of video magic is you don't have to wait around in the next 20 minutes of sanding here. Beautiful, ain't it? Lucky people. Alright. Looks like we might be getting done with the sanding part. Got it down to 320 grit. Taken care of. And we're going to be putting some board balm on it to bring out that natural look. The board balm that I make with the local beeswax and mineral oil. Puts a nice finish. It pulls out the nice, beautiful colors of the wood. And look at this. It's just pulling out that beautiful wood. That black walnut. You can see a little red, brown, black, all of it in there. And I mean, this is pretty much it. The finishing process here. You put this mineral oil mixture, what I call board balm, on, and you just lather it down, get it everywhere, nice and buffed in. Then you want to, once all of it's on there, front, back, all sides, nice, and don't be shy with it. You're going to let it sit and dry for at least 24 hours. Let it soak in some of the oil into it. It is, if you want to use this, I will probably release the recipe here soon. I'll be making a new batch here shortly, but it's very quick and easy. It is food safe, has non-chemical and non-toxic, everything easy as could be. You see, I just got a little rag white and buffing it in, and that's really about it. I mean, it's just get a nice. You don't even have to worry about leaving coat. So, because once it sits for 24 hours, you come back with a dry rag and just wipe off the excess that did not soak into the wood. Most of it would, but where you had it nice and thick on, some probably might not. And just, like I said, it just does a great job on the finishing aspects of this, and not as really messy. You know, your fingers might feel a little gross afterwards, but you don't have dripping mineral oil, and nor have all kinds of other stuff that might damage or be toxic to the food that you put on it. And see right here, this right here, it is and this right here is the final product. Beautiful, isn't it? It's just a beautiful piece of wood, easy. All right, well, that's how you make it. Here's the final look. I hope you enjoy it. Please be sure to select that subscribe and follow button, and for more to come.